Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening in the podcast. It is Saturday, July 20th, 2024. I needed to come here and speak about this missing child from California, a missing teenager, 15-year-old, and her name is Alison Chao, was last seen on July 16th, today, 4 days ago, right? She was last seen on July 16th riding a mountain bike from her father's house. Okay, she was heading to her aunt's house, and this happened around 5:30 p.m. Okay, I'm gonna put her poster up. I shared the poster last night when I first learned about this story. It's a very sad story. When I first heard this story, though, and watching a lot of I think the family did a press conference. It's heartbreaking to see her mom and the whole, there's a lot of people commenting about how can you let a teenager, 15-year-old just ride by herself 3 miles at 5:30 p.m. and, she doesn't even have a cell phone to be tracked, nothing like that. To be honest, guys, when I first heard the story, I was like, man, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in this world right now. And I immediately thought, I'm like, man, this is crazy. How can nobody has seen anything yet? How can nobody's coming forward? 5:30 p.m. That's usually when people are coming back from work, right? Like that's usually like summertime or not summertime. Usually the most traffic, rush hour begins around 5 p.m. in a lot of cities, probably every city in America. So how come nobody's seen it? Nobody, there's always somebody recording. There's no ring camera footage. The bike has not hasn't been found. There is no trace of her. This is not normal, okay? So please share the poster, share this video. Like I said, a 15-year-old from California, okay? Monterey Park, 15-year-old Alison Chao was last seen on a ring video riding her bike. And the video that they have, the photo that they have of her leaving is just a video from a still camera, a still photo from the father's house, right? So I'm looking at the mom giving interviews. I'm looking at the grandparents speaking to the press about her, saying, she's a straight student. They don't believe she's a runaway. She was a very happy child, was just spending time with her father, and she was heading to her aunt's house. And then I wonder, guys, and please don't come for me. Let me tell you something. I know there's a lot of sex trafficking. There's a lot of child adoption happening. But I am also questioning, where is her father? You mean to tell me that your child is spending time with you in your house and she's riding her bike 3 miles to her aunt's house and and she's missing. She has not been seen. You haven't heard from her. You were basically the person who spent the last moment with her from the last time she was seen. And you're not going on camera. You're not going on TV like the mom is doing. Like I said, she was in her dad's house. How come the father has not spoken to the press yet? How come he's not saying, we were eating dinner and I said, call me the minute you get there, be safe. Giving advice to a teenage daughter, saying, you're going to ride your bike 3 miles. I want you to call me immediately the moment you get there. That's what my mom will say to me. Everybody's different. I understand that. But I find the guys very odd that the dad is not coming on camera and saying, I'm devastated. She was just here. We had dinner. We had a great time together. And now I saw her leave and now I don't, she hasn't been seen yet since she left my house. That's crazy. Where is the dad? Why is the dad not talking? What? I'm sorry. I know people are going to be like, don't jump. I'm not jumping to conclusions, but it's just very odd to me that no neighbors with the ring doorbell hasn't come forward yet. The only photo that we have, that footage of Alison leaving the home, it came from the dad's camera. I want the dad to come on camera. I want him to say, we had dinner, we spoke about this or the other. And I said to my child, the minute you get there, call me. If there is an issue, call me. Or here, I'm going to get you a phone because I don't like you riding. I know you like your bike and all of that, but I don't want you riding the bike by yourself. Why is the dad not speaking? It bothers me that he's not speaking. So it's almost like a demand for him to come on camera. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he's not involved. It's also, it's almost like, hey, she was here. Look at the proof. She left my house. She left on her bike. Why there hasn't been no neighbors, no business owner, nobody saying, oh yeah, we saw this child. And like, I'm not being like oblivious to the fact that there's a lot of things that are happening on the streets, okay? But once again, I say, out of all the places, I'm not from California, from Montgomery Park. That's where she was missing from. She's missing from. I'm not from that area, but all I'm saying, around on a Tuesday, that was Tuesday, right? On a Tuesday around 5:30 p.m. is usually when the streets are the most busiest. Even in summertime, because people, like I said, are returning from work. There could not be any movement around 11 a.m. or something, but around after 5, you hear more movement in the neighborhoods, right? There's no Ring camera doorbell. There's nothing coming out. There's no footage of this child that the bike is missing too. I remember coming here speaking about Marilyn Soto, right? And I was like, why? I remember talking about the mom and the stepfather dropping her off at school. He's the last person to saw her. He was the last, but look where he is right now. And I know a lot of people say don't accuse anybody. I'm not accusing. I wish I'm wrong. When you have this thing, it's just very odd to me to see the mom on television and it wasn't her who saw the child last time. She was with her dad, staying with her dad. The dad should be at least talking also. The dad should be like I said, this is, what was the last conversation you had with her? What did you say? Did you give her any advice? She was riding 3 miles. It's not like she was going, through 2 blocks to the grocery store. She's going 3 miles. I don't care. It's still that's still a little far, to be honest. And oh no, but she's done that all the time. That's fine, but we're living in crazy times, and you have to be honest about the times that we're living in. You can just be ignorant to that. So I hope that comes on television and speak about it. And if he's refusing to do so, then he needs to be investigated. So here her poster, guys. I really pray. I pray for her family, her mom, her dad too. Pray that she's found safe, and I pray that God reveals what happened to this young girl and where she's at, right? And if anybody has any type of proof, because you cannot go into any big department store these days and not buy anything and not get a promotion in your email from that store. How do they know I was there, right? How is it that people still go missing? When we are being everything, there's no privacy anymore. How can nobody has come forward and said anything yet? And say, oh yeah, my camera picked some type of motion and this is what I got. So we need to know what happened to Alison. We need to know where she's at. So let me know, guys, what you think about this. And if there's any update, please leave it in the comments. Thank you so much, everybody. Share this video, share her poster. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel and listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everyone. God bless.